So you may have asked yourself, how do I teach my chickens to free range and still get them to come back to their coop at night? Well, these guys have actually gotten so well trained that my 4-year-old can call them into the coop now. Now, depending on what's going on, I always make sure to get at least the chickens in the coop before the sun really starts to set. They don't always come in on their own. Some of them kind of straggle behind because they're off doing whatever else. So if you can get them all in a group, you can count, see how many you're missing, and go look for stragglers an hour or two later. Usually they'll wander back to the coop and sit up near the coop. So, tip for free ranging, always have a set of perches outside your coop for any stragglers that come through, depending on how your coop is set up. My coop is set up with a front entryway that I can close, and then I have a second set of doors behind that. So the front entryway has got my food and my grain and whatever other supplies that I have. So any straggler chickens go in there and they'll roost. Now they will still get eaten by raccoons or whatever else if they're found. But at least it gives me an area to go looking for them an hour or two later when it starts to get dark. I can pick them up. Usually they're pretty placid, pretty calm. Pick them up, stick them in the coop. Easy enough, you're done. If you don't have a front entryway area, put up a set of low perches or a low roosting spot, even a little shelving unit. Someplace where they can just kind of be near their house and get up off the ground. Then again, you can come back a couple hours later, pick them up and put them inside the coop. Now, here's the key with free ranging. If you have straggler chickens, do not feed them, period. They will not die, they will not starve, I guarantee it, okay? They can miss 1 meal, they can miss 2 meals, heck, they can miss 3 days worth of meals and still be fine. I'm saying this on experience. So if you have a chicken that's left out, let all the other chickens eat the food up, make sure there's no food left. Then you put the straggler chicken in. They're gonna be hungry, yeah, but they're gonna be safe. The next day, give them all just a little bit of food. He'll eat more than his fair share, but guarantee he will remember. The next night when you call them in, he better be the first in line, because otherwise he might go hungry again. Sometimes if you have straggler chickens that day after day after day continue to straggle, you might need to butcher them, because sometimes they just don't figure it out. And it'll only be 1 or 2, it won't be the whole flock. If the whole flock's doing it, you're doing something wrong. So, here is my free ranging flock. Now what do you notice? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turkeys, which is all 6 of my turkeys. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my, oh shoot, what are they called? Buff Orpingtons. That's all 5 of them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Missing one of those guys. I should have 7 reds. And then 1 Americana and 2 light Brahmas. So I'm missing 1 red one somewhere. So everyone is right here in front of the house. Why? Because I'm right here in front of the house. And they are hungry. Why are they hungry? They're hungry because I have done the proper technique in teaching them to free range. So, it doesn't matter if it's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doesn't get that late, but usually about 2, 3 o'clock, they'll start watching. They'll watch the house. If they see me come out, they'll all run towards the house. Now, if it's 4 or 5 o'clock, usually they're waiting underneath the deck. No joke. They will sit here and they'll wait for me to walk out, and as soon as I walk out, they all shoot out from under it, and they run down to their cage, hoping that they're going to get fed. Now, none of my chickens are starving. They all lay eggs for me. See how everyone's, now watch this. Watch. And they will follow me throughout the day, too, just in case. See the straggler chickens over there coming closer? Just in case I decide to call them. So, we are going to call them down. Watch. Here, chick, 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 chick. Here, chicken. Here, chick, 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 chick. Come on, chickens. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, 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 chick. Come on, chickens. Even the turkeys are following, even though they don't get fed down here. They're just going because they want to get some food. Now, anytime you have chickens, if you have a reasonable amount of chickens, you want to do a head count. If you just have a giant group, well, it makes it a little tough. What's up, guys? Come on. Chick, 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 chick. Yeah, this is old straggler up there. Come on, chicken! All right, so I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, come on, let's go. Tick, 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 tick. See, now some of them jump in, some of them pause. This is not my normal scooper. Come on, chickens, let's go. Come on. There we go. Now, they have an outdoor run, and I like to throw the food outside because it clears the main area. Now, when you're feeding your chickens or turkeys or pigeons in the evening is when you give them their bigger feed. They can sit there, they can eat it on their luxury, they can digest it, they can go back for more. Man, gotta get some of these eggs out of here. My son is out there calling the turkeys. Okay. So, when you're free ranging your chickens, do not give them full access to food, period. I know a lot of people do. You will never get your chickens to free range if you give them full access to food. Well, I shouldn't say never. You might be able to. Most likely not. At least you'll probably lose a lot of birds, and who wants to lose a lot of birds, really? Now, the techniques used with the pigeons are actually what I started using on my pigeons. Now, anyone who trains pigeons knows food is your enemy or your best friend, depending on how it's used. And while these guys don't currently fly outside, they used to. And I had them extremely well trained. I never had any pigeons just randomly fly off and not come back. Unless they were chased by a hawk, then that's a different story. So when you use food as your motivating factor, whether it's pigeons or chickens, you want to start out by giving them a feeding signal or a feeding cue. You can use a whistle, you can whistle, you can go, here chicken, 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 whatever you want. You can shake the food cup, whatever suits your fancy. For me, I just yell, here chicken, chicken, here turkey, turkey, here horsey, horsey, whatever. Pretty much, the minute anyone hears me yelling anything, everybody comes running. So, here's my pigeons. Hey, babies. So, after you've established your cue for a week, every time you feed them, you give the cue first. You blow the pigeon whistle, you go here, chick, 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 chick. You dump the food in. After a week, you're gonna reduce the amount of feed you give them. It seems cruel, but it's not. Just trust me. Uh-oh, I need some water. So, after a week of calling them, reduce the feed for 3 days. You're not cutting it all out, you're just reducing the amount of feed you're giving them. You're still gonna give them the signal to calm. Then after 3 days, you don't give them their morning breakfast. No breakfast at all. Just open the coop door, let them free range. I guarantee they will be sticking right around your feet. So when it's time to feed them, go about your normal feeding routine. You call the chickens, you shake the food dish, whatever. The chickens all should come running. Wait for all the chickens to come. Keep calling until you start seeing them all running over. If you don't get them all, don't worry. Get the majority, feed them into the coop, Feed them a big normal feeding. Shut the door. Then you wait. All the straggler chickens should come back to the coop. If they don't, you might have to go looking for them. Do not put them back in the coop until the food in the coop is gone. Or take the food in the coop that's left and just take it away. The next day, repeat the same thing, except give them just a little bit of food in the morning. Not a lot, just a little bit. Let them out again. Pretty soon you can get up to a decent feeding in the morning and a giant feeding at night. So that way it encourages them to free range during the day, and then they still get their calorie load at night. They were all hiding under the deck waiting for me. As soon as I came out, they just all flew right out from under the deck. Can't get away from anybody out here.